What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the World's TV YouTube channel. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and follow so you don't miss out on any of this brand spanking new content moving forward. Just when I thought that the U.S. Congress and government officials can't go any deeper, they continue to exceed my expectations of how disgusting that they can be and how they're further putting ourselves, the American people, in further more debt. It's like they get a kick out of this. So if you guys don't know that the U.S. Congress has officially passed, voted to enact the $1.6.5 trillion spending package. It's on its way to President Biden's desk right now. He will officially sign the package, avoiding a government shutdown. Now, here's what we know about this bill. Number one, the whole fucking package, nobody knows what's in it. It has 4,000 pages and was reportedly made up in the middle of the night and just thrown on these government officials' desks and say, here, pass it. You don't have time to read it. We don't want you to know what's in it. Just pass the fucking thing.
Look, 4,155 pages, and that doesn't include the couple of thousand pages of explanation, definition, all this other stuff. You know, at least with Obamacare, 2,500 pages, we had time to go through it. I did. I read it, highlighted, made notes. This is 4,155 pages, and we haven't had a chance. Well, the House rules make sure that you can't shove a bill through without people knowing what's in it. And that's the rule that requires that the bill be read. But the majority, for a few days more, decided we don't want people to know what's in it.
I brought with me the Omni, 4,155 pages. When was it produced? In the dead of the night, 1:30 in the morning when it was released. Now, people argue that it's conservatives' fault. You don't have the Christmas spirit. Somehow you're holding up government. Well, whose job is it to produce this? The people in charge of spending. The people in charge of both of the parties. When did they know that this would be necessary? Well, it's in the law, September 30th. You got 9 months, almost 10 months, to produce a plan, to have a spending plan. They weren't ready on September 30th, so they voted themselves 90 more days. They weren't ready last week either, so they voted themselves another week. And now we have it at 1:30 in the morning this morning. But what's the clamor? The clamor is to vote. Vote now. Let's get it done. Why are you standing in the way of spending? Well, the real question is this. What is more dangerous? What is more dangerous to the country? $1.1 trillion in new debt risk by adding to a $31 trillion debt. I think the greatest risk to our national security is our debt. The process stinks. It's an abomination. It's a no good, rotten way to run your government. $6 trillion entity, and they want 24 hours to process this, and then they want to go forward.
Like, hold on, wait a minute. How you going to tell us to pass something that we don't know what's in it? That's why you have all these government officials like Senator Rand Paul. You have Matt Gaetz, Republican Matt Gaetz. You have Louis, I believe, what's his name, Gohmert. A whole bunch of Republican figures and even Democratic congressmen against this bill. Hell, I believe AOC voted against that bill. That says a lot. Why? Why are all these people against this bill? Because it continues to further put us in fucking debt. And that will continue to increase prices. It's like these people don't know what the fuck that they're doing. No, they do know what they're doing. They're doing it maliciously. It's a calculation. You mean to tell me that one portion of this bill is they're going to send another $45 billion to Ukraine for war funding? Why the fuck does Ukraine need $45 billion in a war that they already won? And guess who's gonna have to pay for that? Us, the middle class, through our taxes. So you're gonna print all this money, send it to Ukraine, And guess who's gonna have to feel the financial effects of this fucking spending bill? Us, the hardworking middle class, the middle class that makes the economy go. Inflation is going to continue to rise. There was a reason why so many people were against Joe Biden's Rescue America plan. Because they said, if you pass this, inflation is gonna fucking skyrocket through the roof. And that's exactly what happened. We had record high numbers of inflation. We had record high numbers of gas prices. We had record high numbers of rent. We had record high numbers of mortgage rates. We had record high numbers of consumer goods and prices. People cannot afford to live in 2022 heading into 2023. It is just impossible. And why? Because the government just wants to keep on fucking spending money that they don't have. Hey, we'll just print it and send it over, further devaluing the dollar and putting us more in a financial burden. Because you have a fucking president who needs to be in a retirement home, doesn't know what he's doing financially, and is continuing to fuck the middle class over and over and over again. I cannot stress this enough. Why are they doing this? It makes no sense. Everybody said your financial plan is more like a continue to put America in debt plan. It doesn't make any sense. $45 billion to Ukraine for what? Not to mention, they want to pay the lawyers who were on trial for the January 6th fiasco around $2.6 billion. Guess where that money's going to come out of? Us, our taxes. Has anyone ever noticed recently that our taxes and our paycheck have gradually increased? Why is that? The more money that they take out, they're giving it to Biden's administration, they're giving it to Zelensky in Ukraine, they're giving it to this new spending bill. So you mean to tell me that, and this is why I want people to really understand and grasp, this whole social structure, the working structure, the economic structure where you got to get up, work your 40 hours, here's your money, we're going to take about 20-30% of your taxes. It was never intended for us to become rich. They want you to barely survive with having the minimum while they take us for granted financially. And it's like, you know what? I'm just going to find a higher paying job so I could get more money, so I can live more comfortably financially. But guess what? The more money that you take, the more money that you make, the more that they take. The more money that you make, the more the government takes. And what are they doing with that money? Giving it to fucking foreign countries. Giving it to stupid shit like this in this bill. If a lot of people are against this for a reason, then maybe you should start to listen to the people and say, maybe you guys are right. Again, I don't know. I cannot fathom how Joe Biden and his team and his administration can be in power for another 6 years. What we have seen from them in the last 2-3 years since that man has stepped foot in office has put us, the middle class, the people who make the economy go, in such a financial burden, it is becoming barely unlivable in the United States. And I don't want people to say, well, no, that's just life. Everything is going to, no, fuck that shit. That's not just life. We do not want to work until we're 80 years old paying bills that we could barely afford. That's not the American dream. We want to work, save our money, invest our money, retire at a reasonable age, and live comfortably until we got to go into the grave. We don't fucking want to work until we're 80 years old. We don't want our 401k, our retirement plans to change because the government wants to keep spending our hard-earned fucking money on bullshit. That's not the American dream. They are ruining it every single day with these new bills and this new bullshit that they're passing in office, and nobody's doing a damn thing about it. The Republican Party knows what's going on. Why are they not doing anything about it? Why is there no law, no bill in place that says, hey, Congress should have time to read a fucking bill before we pass it in law, especially if it's a bill that has 4,000 pages. How the fuck did you even have time to produce a 4,000 page proposed bill? That doesn't make any sense. You don't want people to read it, but you just say, hey, pass it? Because you know the dangers of what's inside that thing. It's ridiculous. It makes no sense. We need to do something about this. I'm tired of going on here on my YouTube channel talking about this shit and nothing is getting done. It's time for some action to get done, because the more and more that they put us in this dire financial grave, there is nothing that we will be able to do about it. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. Let me know what you guys think about this whole video. Let me know what you guys think about this US $1.65 trillion spending package that they just passed. Do you agree with it? Disagree with it? Leave your comments down below. Subscribe to the channel. Follow us on all social media platforms. And I will catch you guys later, man. Stay safe. Stay blessed. Stay informed. Peace.